Hey guys, it's me, Emmanuel, and I'm back with another video. As you can see, I am wearing an actual shirt today because I won't be doing any heat styling in this video. I am going to be doing a makeup look. So, for today's makeup look, it's going to be very natural, not a whole lot of makeup, not a whole lot of products used. This is just to kind of enhance what I look like and make me look like I have naturally flawless skin. And this is a good look to wear when you're going out in mid-daylight, when there's going to be a lot of light on your face and you don't want to look like you're wearing too much makeup. I will go through the products that I use, and I'll show the information about each product as I use it. Most of the things that I'm using today, actually like 90% of the things that I'm using today are going to be e.l.f. products, and I feel like e.l.f. makeup is awesome for someone who doesn't know a whole lot about makeup like me. I'm not a makeup guru, I don't know a whole lot about makeup, so this line is perfect for someone who's just starting off. They have it at Target, they have it at Walmart, I'm pretty sure they have it at Walgreens, almost any drugstore, and it's pretty self-explanatory and really well priced. It's really affordable, and the quality is pretty good for how cheap it is. So I'll just show you the products that I use on my own face for a daily makeup look, and then at the end I'll do like a bonus little faux freckles that I'll do on a day that maybe I have like a pimple here or somewhere to just kind of like disguise the pimple. I like to do a faux freckle look, and I love that look, so I'll show you that towards the end of the video. Your skin is 100% clean before you put makeup on, and always, always, always take your makeup off at the end of the night. Do not sleep with your makeup on because you will wake up with the zit and it'll age your skin so much faster if you go to sleep with anything on your face. So always, always clean your face before you put makeup on and before you go to bed. So what I normally use to clean my face is I have these little e.l.f. Makeup remover cleansing cloths. So I'll take one of these cloths at the end of the night, wipe everything off, and then after I'll take a Garnier Skin Active Micellar Cleansing Water, and I'll take like a cotton swab or maybe just another clean makeup cloth and pour some of that on and just kind of wipe the excess off, because there's always more makeup left on my face. I don't know why. I always think I have it clean, but I don't, so I always clean it twice. The first time with the cloth and the second time with the micellar water, and that's what I normally use for my skin when before I go to sleep. So that's also make sure that you apply face lotion on your face before you put the makeup on. I would say like 15 to 20 minutes before you put your makeup on so that it can absorb into the skin. And also I love to use a chapstick too before I start, just so I can have everything just like moisturized. I use this e.l.f. I think it's a fresh grapefruit flavor. It doesn't really matter what flavor you get, but this is my favorite one. So I put some of that on before I start. Okay. The foundation that I use is the Maybelline Fit Me, and I use Soft Tan 228. I'll probably be switching to a darker color in the summertime. This is like me when I'm not super tan. And the way that you choose your foundation, I usually like to do it by testing on the top of my hand. Well, not this one because of the tattoo, but on the top of this hand. And if it blends in, then it's a good match. My face is always wider than the rest of my body. My beauty blender, it's damp. You'll run it under the water and kind of squeeze it. As the water's running on top of it, squeeze the water into it, make sure the water's getting absorbed into it, and then kind of squeeze the excess moisture out so it's just damp. It's best to use your beauty blenders when they're damp. And I'll get my foundation. I'll put some on the back of my hand. I don't like to put it directly onto the beauty blender because I want to kind of, I guess I'm needing some more, I'm running out. But I put it on the back of my hand so that I don't put too much product on. I can just dab my beauty blender onto the back of my hand. and just use as much as I need. So I got the product on the back of my hand. I'm gonna dip the Beauty Blender on top, and then I like to just kind of like dab on each cheek and my forehead. And then you can't really see. I'll take pictures after I'm done with my makeup look so you can get like a clearer view. I'll take it on my phone and a close-up view of what it looks like in this lighting, and I'll take some pictures outside so you can see what it looks like outside in natural lighting. So what I do is I start with my cheeks and just kind of pity pat and blend it in. And I like this foundation because it's pretty light. It gives you like a nice coverage without really covering everything up. Like I have some birthmarks that it doesn't really cover, and I like that because I want my natural skin to kind of show through. That's the whole point. I'm not trying to cover everything on my face. I'm just trying to kind of enhance it and make it look a little bit better than how it is on its own. And I don't use, I'll dab a little bit more and put it on my nose. I don't use concealer under my eyes, and I don't put foundation under my eyes or my eyelids. I don't put any makeup on my eyelids because if I do, it's like a dead giveaway that I'm wearing makeup, especially throughout the day. It starts creasing under my eyelids and all that. So I'm okay with a little bit of dark circle showing through because then it seems more natural. After I'm done, I'm not going to use any more liquid foundation after this. So I always like to wipe the makeup off the back of my hand right away, because if I don't, I forget, and then I have like this weird spot, and it shows up because of my tattoo. And this is the tattoo that most people want to look at, so sometimes they're like, oh, let me see your tattoo, and then I show them and I have this big blob of makeup on there, so it's like really embarrassing. So I always like make sure that I wipe the makeup off right as I'm done. Okay, the next thing I do is put a little bit of blush. I use this e.l.f. blush palette, and every single brush that I'm using today is an e.l.f. brush. I'll get the information and put it underneath. So I use this one for my blush. I can't even begin to describe it. I'll just have to find the info. But this is the one that I use for my blush, and what I like to do is I put some blush on the nose and then around this area. So it just, and when I put it on the apples of my cheeks, I kind of make like this weird smiling face so that I know where to put it. Because that's going to be the highest point of my face that would get the sun. And then I'll do some up here too. And everything about this is really slight. That's the whole point. I don't want to look like I'm wearing makeup. Although if someone can tell and says, ooh, I like your makeup, I don't get offended by that. Because I am wearing makeup, but I just like to make things look as natural as possible. And then I'll get a little bit more of that dark pink shade that was up here, which is almost gone. I need to get another one. And put a little bit more at the tip of my nose. And some here. And then what I do is I kind of like brush the back of my hand with the brush so that I can get any extra pink off or any extra blush off, and just kind of like blend it out. Okay. The next step is I'm going to bronze my face up to make it look a little bit more tan. And I like to just put the bronzer on the outside corners of my forehead and then right here to do a light contouring. I don't want any heavy contouring. I just want, excuse me. I don't want any heavy contouring because I'm gonna be out in a lot of natural light. I'm gonna be outside, so I don't need to have like contouring. I just want a little bit of bronzing. And I'll be using my, actually wrong one. I have two. I have the Too Faced Chocolate Soleil, and then I have the Too Faced Dark Chocolate Soleil. And for some reason, the dark chocolate, to me, actually looks lighter than the chocolate. So the dark chocolate has a warmer tone to it, which I like for bronzing and warming up my face. And then the chocolate Soleil has like a cooler tone to it that I like to use for contouring. So today I'm gonna use both, but I'm mostly gonna use the dark chocolate, which is the warmer toned. So what I'll do is I'll just like dab it, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then dust it off. And then I'll pull my hair back like this so I can make sure that I get the corner. To just give my face some depth, some dimension, doesn't seem so flat, and also some color. Okay. And then we'll do the same thing on the other side. 1, 2, 3, 4. And the reason why you tap the brush is so that you get that excess product off and you don't have like parts that are super dark or you put too much product in one area. So that's the whole point of tapping the brush before you take it to your face. So then it'll come out looking blotchy. Okay. Now I'm going to add some like right here to contour the face a little bit, light contouring and bronzing. And for that, I'm gonna do 2 dabs because I don't wanna put too much there. So 1, 2. And then I kind of suck my cheeks in so I know where to put it. And I'll bring it up a little bit up here. One, 2. Other side. Once because I'm going to put some underneath here and just kind of blend it out. Brush this up. And then I'm going to do very slight contouring on my nose. But before I do that, I'm going to put some setting powder just in the center here because this is where it usually gets kind of greasy and I don't want the makeup moving around. I don't like putting it all over my face unless I'm doing like a full face beat, which I'll do another video on. But for this one, I'm just gonna do it in the middle where it's really shiny because like I said, it's natural. I don't want a whole bunch of makeup. So let's get the setting powder. And this one is NYX and it's a matte finishing powder. I use matte finishing because my face is really oily, especially in the center. So this is just gonna help to absorb some of that oil throughout the day. I'll pour it in the lid of the little jar, just a little bit. And then I have another e.l.f. brush. This is just like a flat looking one. And I'll just dab that in, dust off that product. Just do it towards the center. And the reason I'm putting on this setting powder before I do the contouring is so that, because I'm using a powder for the contour, the Too Faced, so that it stays in place and it doesn't get blotchy or run off everywhere. And that is it for the setting powder. And we can get into the very light contouring that I'm going to do for my nose. And I'm going to use this e.l.f. brush. And I'm using the other Too Faced bronzer. This one is the Chocolate Soleil. This is the one that I said is the cooler tone. I like to do this one for contouring. And the way I do it is I kind of like brush side to side with the brush. I'll do it like 1, 2, 3. And then really dust that off. And then I'll do it here at the tip of my nose. A little bit up here. And then I will take it like this and just make the line. I like this one a lot because all I do is just kind of like dab it and roll it and it makes a nice line. really easy. Just very easy contour, and then I'll do some right up here. And then I'll grab my other e.l.f. brush that I use for blending. It's like really soft and kind of roundish. And I'll blend that out. Okay. Good. Now I'm going to do my eyebrows. And I have kind of weird eyebrows, you can see, like, I love this shape, and then right here it's just weird. Like, it goes in and it's like really sparse on both sides. So I usually like to fill them in with this NYX micro brow pencil. And the reason why I like this one is because it's really, really thin and you can just like get the strokes in and make it look really natural. But I ran out, so I'm gonna be using a new one today that I just picked up at Target. It's e.l.f. and it's the brow pencil. So I've never used it, so we'll see if I like it. And it has this nice thick brush at the end. So that's what I normally like to do, is brush my eyebrows up. And this helps to clean off some of that product that got settled on from the makeup. You can kind of see this one's darker than this one now because I brushed off all the makeup. And now we'll do it on the other side. Brush it straight up. And I think I'm gonna do like men's grooming video too, where I'll show you how to like trim your brows and groom them to where they just look kept and not too done, and how to trim your beard and same kind of shape it and make it look nice. Okay, brush the brows, and now we are going to twist this out. It's nice. It has like a nice pointed tip, which is good because you want it to be very thin, hair-like strokes. So that is what I'm gonna do. So the way that I do my brow, I'll try to do it so you can see what I'm doing on the camera, is I'll start from the inside and just kind of fill in the empty spots. I'm not going to do all of my brow. I'm just going to do the places where it needs it. So it needed it there, and then I kind of work the little, it's like if you're drawing hairs onto your face, just to fill it in. I really like this so far. And it was like $2, I think. Sorry, I was probably blocking it. And then we'll take the brush end again to just kind of like blend out that product. I like it. Not too much. Let's do the other side. Same thing, I like to start from the inside and just brush. Whenever you're putting makeup on for the first time, or really anytime, do it really lightly. Like, do light strokes. You can always build it up. You don't have to like cake on makeup in order for it to look nice. Just do it slowly, build it up slowly, and only put makeup where you need it. So far I love the e.l.f. brow pencil. They did a really, really good job. So now that they're filled in, I'm still going to use a brow gel, but first let's do my lashes. And I have this Revlon eyelash curler. Again, if this is something that you don't need, if you have naturally curly lashes, then you don't have to do this. I do it because my lashes are like in between straight and curled, so I like to just give it an extra bump to curl it and to open up the eye a little bit more. If you haven't done this before, just be really careful when you're doing it. I used to do this a lot when I first started doing it. So when you go in to curl it, press it and let it go. Make sure you let it go before you pull it out. I know it seems like common sense, but a lot of people, and especially me, I used to do this. I would like press it and then just like pull it out without opening it. So you're like ripping your lashes out. I never ripped all of my lashes out, but it hurts. Pull it out. Okay? Put it by your eye, look around so that you can kind of get the hairs in there. Press it as close to the eyelid as you can without pinching yourself. Open it and then pull it out. Done. Then I'm gonna use my, again, almost all of this is e.l.f., my e.l.f. mascara. When I pick out mascara, I like to choose something that's not like lengthening, not voluminous, just black, plain mascara. Waterproof is amazing. That's really good, you know, because it'll stay in place, and if it rains or you get sweaty or whatever, it won't run off. So I just really care about it being waterproof. I don't care about volume and I don't care about length. All I want is to just enhance my lashes, my natural lashes, and just kind of make them more pronounced. And I love this brush because it has kind of like a rounded tip. So I dip it in, pull it out, take off the excess, and then I'll put it on my lashes. And I just kind of like brush it lightly. I don't dig into the lash. I just want to make this a little bit darker, a little bit more pronounced. And then if there's any clumps, you can just kind of like brush them off, because you don't want that. Well, I don't want that. Brush them lightly, because the goal is to look like you didn't do anything. You just have beautiful lashes. Okay. Then whatever's left over, I'll kind of brush on the bottom. Not on all of them, because for some reason my lashes on the outside are more pronounced and the ones on the inside are not. So I'll just put it on towards the inside and very, very lightly. Okay, that's the mascara. Now I'm trying another new product that I got today too. This is the Maybelline Brow Drama in Deep Brown. And I like to use a brow gel to kind of like make sure that everything is gonna stay in place. And I like to make my eyebrows look kind of like bushy. You know how that bushy look is like really in right now? I like to get that look on my brows, so we'll try this. Ooh, and I like it because it has a round tip as well. So let's see if I like this. So what I normally do when I'm doing my brows is I'll do the inside and I'll go the opposite direction of what it goes and bring these front hairs forward to make it look a little bit more bushy. And then I make like an angry face so I can kind of like get them to come forward. Same thing on the other side. I like to bring them in towards each other because then it makes it look like more bushy, I guess. No, it sounds bad, but I really like that. And then I don't dip it in. Again, I just use the same product that's on there to kind of like work through the rest of the brow. And I like to brush it kind of up. Before I got this, I would use my mascara and do this on my eyebrows. Because my hair is so dark, so it's okay to have it black, but sometimes black is too harsh for most people. And I really wanted to try this product. And so far I'm liking it. I like it a lot. Her. Okay. Now that's the eyebrows. And now I'm gonna do the highlight. And this highlighter is the Pixie by Petra. I got it at Target. It's the Delicate Dew. And this highlight doesn't really show up. But this highlighter has two shades. This side is more pinky and a little bit lighter, and this one is more bronzy. So I like to use the lighter one in the center of my face where it's gonna be lighter and bring things forward, and then I like to use the bronzier one on the cheekbones. So I'll take my e.l.f. brush and I'll show you what it looks like. And I will brush it. I'll do like a sweeping motion on the lighter color and make sure I take that off. And I am gonna do this on the center of my nose, the bridge of my nose, just like the top portion up here. I don't go too far down, just there. Because I kind of want to bring this out more because it dips in. Okay? Very easy, very slight. And then I'll do this again, dip it in the lighter color one, side to side. And now I'm going to do it on the tip of my nose. And the way that I do the tip of my nose is I just do a line this way, very lightly. I just like the way it makes my nose look when I do it that way. Okay? Again, with the same lighter color, I use the lighter color in the center of my face to bring everything forward. I'll do a little bit on the Cupid's bow. And I do this stupid duck face when I do it. Okay. And then I will take my beauty blender to do the highlighting on the cheekbone. And I'm using the darker bronzier shade, and I'll dip it once, twice maybe, to make sure I got some product on there. And then I'll do it on the highest point of my cheekbone, and I just kind of like dab there a little bit, the most product there, and then I'll go up and down. Don't go too far down. I usually stay in between here and here when I'm highlighting. I don't go any further down than that because I have pores here. And a shiny or a highlighting type of product is gonna enhance any imperfection or any like pores, so I don't really wanna go down that far. Okay, same thing on the other side. So that's all I'm doing for the highlighter, just cheekbones and center of my face. And I'll take my blending brush and I'll just kind of like blend that highlight so it's not too crazy, and just kind of like brush it, blend it in. Same thing on the nose so that the highlight's not too harsh. And that's it for the makeup part. Now what I like to do is I'll take a brush and I'll just kind of like brush my beard to get that, if there was any makeup that fell onto my beard, and make sure that it doesn't look like chalky or dusty. And this is obviously, if you don't have a beard, you don't have to do this, but I do, so this is just a good tip. And then if I have like makeup on my hair, I could brush it off. I usually don't, because when I put my makeup on, I'll cover it, but we'll do that. And then to keep my beard in place, I like to spray it with a little bit of hairspray, and this is just the Tresemme hairspray that my boyfriend uses, so we need to get a new one. I just spray a little on my beard. I know that there's like products out there that are specifically made for your beard, and you should probably use those, but I just use this hairspray. I like it, so I'll just spray a little bit. Be careful that you're not like spraying your eyes or anything. Spray spray it to the bottom because it gets kind of unruly there the most. And after I spray it, I'll just like hold my hands on it. And the warmth of my hands will kind of like set it in place. So that I don't have any weird hairs sticking up or something. And the hairspray will just like keep it in place. Now, normally if I'm not doing any faux freckles, I would do my e.l.f. setting spray, spray it all on, and I would be done. So that's super easy. Just this is what I use for my faux freckles. It's really, really easy. I have this, again, e.l.f. It's like a little eyeliner brush. And it used to be more pointed at the tip, but I've used it so much that it's getting kind of like raggedy. But it's just an eyeliner brush and then some brown eyeshadow. So what I do is I dip the little eyeliner brush in the eyeshadow, just a brown color, a few times, dab it off, and then I'll start doing the little freckles towards the center of my nose. So I kind of work my way out. I'll start from here, here, and then put a few out here. So start like this. Dot, dot, dot. Don't do them too perfect. And I doubt you're going to be able to see it on the camera, so I'll take some pictures after I'm done. And the first one that you press on is always darker, and then it gets lighter, but it's good to have like variation where some are darker looking and some are a little bit lighter. Makes it look a little more natural. And you don't want them to be like super, super pronounced, because then it's kind of like a giveaway that you just like drew freckles on your face. Do some across. And then I usually just try to keep them more focused here in this area, and then I'll dab a few towards the outside. Just a few. So it gets kind of like dispersed as it goes out. I don't put anything else anywhere else. And then what I do is I'll do like one here, 3 over here, 2 over here. You can't even see it on here, but you can see it here. So. And then after I've done that, let me add a few more. And then after I've done that, I just take my fingers and press on them to kind of press that product in, and it'll lift some of it off too, so it makes it look even more natural and blended. And then that's it. After I'm done doing the freckles, doesn't take me that long, I'll put on the spray. Let me spray it first to see what it's coming out like, because sometimes it comes out like a laser beam. So that's perfect. Mist, I'll do 1, 2, 3, 4. I actually don't count, just enough to wet the face so that it will soak in and set everything in, and then I use my little fan to dry everything. I know not everybody's gonna have a fan like this, so you could just get, I don't know, just wait a few minutes for it to dry, but I like using this because it dries it for me. Okay. Okay, so now the makeup is set, and the last thing I always like to do is I'll get that little cloth that I use to wipe the makeup off, and I'll just use a clean spot and like kind of put my finger through like this so that I can clean out the inside of my nose, because you'll most likely have dust from the makeup on your nose hairs, and it'll just be more pronounced. So, and I just want to make sure that it's all clean on the inside and there's no makeup on it. And it's all set. So now that my makeup is all done, I can put my hair down. can style it however. Pretty easy. See, you saw how I just took my hair out of the bun, and it's like, it's good to go. Like, that's what I love about having long hair. It's like so easy. This is still from the styling that I did the day before yesterday. It could use a little bit of curling on the ends here, but it's fine. Like, I wouldn't even do it. I would just leave it because I think it looks fine. But this is the natural look, and it's pretty easy for someone who's not used makeup before, and getting a hold of the products is super easy. Any Target, any Walmart, any Walgreens, they all have e.l.f. products, and they're all pretty affordable and self-explanatory. I think the only expensive things that I used, well, expensive, are the Too Faced bronzers. I think they're like $30-something each, but they're awesome. Like, this is the only bronzer I'll ever use. Like, I just love it. And it smells like, and they smell like chocolate. I think they have like cocoa powder in them or something, but they smell amazing. Everything else I used was like NYX and e.l.f. and everything is super affordable. And if you want to like try it out for the first time, I think this is a really good way to start off because it's not too heavy. I'll take some videos and some pictures in the lighting in here, and then I'll take some videos and pictures in the lighting outside so you can see what the makeup looks like when you're out and about. And you can actually get a better look of what it looks like because I know the camera's not picking it up too well. But yeah, I'll put those videos in now. There's a dog that wants to play as I'm filming my video, trying to model out here. Alright guys, that concludes this video for the natural makeup routine. I really hope that you guys enjoyed it. Hopefully you learned something, and hopefully you try some of these things on your own face. And until next time, I'll see you for my next video. Mwah.